Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel. I am your host, David James. If you're new here, please remember to like, subscribe and comment. Hit the bell for notifications, that way you get all future notifications from my channel. Now for today's topic, some of you might already know about this, some of you might not. But back in June of this year, a woman, a female prison guard to be exact, was caught on video having sexual relationships with this inmate. And that video went viral on social media, and it caused a whole lot of controversy, as you'd expect, especially given the fact that she's a member of law enforcement. She has tried to claim victim of this video, even though she willingly gave herself to this guy. There was no forcing or anything like that. She is no victim in this situation, neither is the inmate himself. They were both at wrong, especially her, when she's a member of law enforcement and she's betraying the law that she's supposedly meant to protect, if that makes sense. But either way, let's get on with today's episode, shall we? Prison guard filmed having sex with inmate in HMP Wandsworth faces up to life in prison. Linda Abreu pleaded guilty to one count of misconduct in public office on Monday. The Wandsworth prison guard who was filmed having sex with an inmate could be facing a lifetime behind bars due to misconduct on Monday the 29th of July after being caught having sex with a prisoner on the 27th of June, with the footage going viral on social media. I remember that very well, and a lot of people had very strong opinions on this situation. Rightfully so, because I'm sure it's the same in any country. But law enforcement over here gets for the most part, gets a very bad reputation. Sometimes rightfully so, sometimes, I don't know. Depending on the situation at hand, which I'm sure we can all, feel some sort of familiarness with, if that makes sense, if that's even a word. And I think this whole situation with this woman having sex with an inmate while being on duty is a whole nother situation again. There's another reason for people to have distrust in the police service over here in the UK. Even though for the most part there isn't that much trust anyway, but that's a story for another day, I suppose. Earlier this month she took to TikTok. Funny enough, her video went viral on TikTok of all things, so it's amazing that she's actually still on that platform where her video actually went viral in the first place, but I digress. To address the fact that nobody knows her quote-unquote side of the story, and told viewers not to fall for fake OnlyFans account impersonating her. Well, I agree, nobody should be making OnlyFans accounts impersonating her, absolutely not. But at the same time, the fact that she's saying, oh, well, nobody knows my side of the story, like, there is no side of your story. You willingly had a sexual relationship with an inmate in prison, and you were caught doing so. No gun pointed to your head, there was no knife to your throat, there was none of that. Like, you willingly went through with that whole situation. Like, there's no story out there that makes you look like the victim in this situation. Like, at the end of the day, you knew what you were doing. The only problem is, you got caught, which is where you feel like, oh well, I'm the victim because I got caught. Like, no, that's not how the system works. I know some of you might say, well, what if she didn't know she was being recorded? Well, unfortunately for her, the inmate that she was caught having sex with just so happened to have a cellmate there. They're watching the whole situation going down, as you do, but also recording it off like a burner phone or whatever it may be. So she knew she was being recorded and couldn't give a shit, basically, if we're being really honest. What I'm just saying is like, yeah, at the end of the day, you were caught. You were on video, you willingly gave yourself to this man, and there's no story out there that makes you look like the victim in this situation. I'm sorry, but it's not. I don't care what you have to say. I don't care if the roles were reversed, where she was a female inmate and a prison male guard decided to have sex with her and was caught. I would be saying the same thing about him. Like, he's a piece of shit, and he should lose his job as well. I'm not saying she's a piece of shit, but you know where I'm coming from. Prosecutors say that Abreu, if I got her last name right, who has an OnlyFans account of her own, willingly took part in the video with inmate Linton Wowrich, however the fuck you pronounce his last name, a felon who is spending time behind bars for 63,800 luxury goods heist in Kensington, London. The married mother of Fulham, southwest London, was originally arrested earlier this month after a police investigation found her to be the guard having sex with Wowrich in a men's prison between June 26th and June 28th. She was arrested at Heathrow Airport en route to Madrid, having told the prison of her intention not to return to work. Personally, I don't think she would have any work to return to in the first place. Abreu pleaded guilty to one count of misconduct in a public office and was granted conditional bail, having been scheduled to appear in Crown Court on the 7th of November. Her lawyers did not immediately issue a statement. The charge states that Abreu willfully and without reasonable excuse or justification conducted yourself in a way which amounted to an abuse of the public's trust in the office holder by engaging in a sexual act with a prisoner in a prison cell. So how serious is this charge? Misconduct in public office is a common law offence that can only be tied to an indictment according to UK law, with the maximum sentence of life imprisonment. The offence concerns willful neglect or abuse of the power or responsibilities of the public office held, with there being a direct link between the misconduct and abuse of those powers. This can raise several complex or sensitive issues. One person of the Crown Prosecution Service stated this was a shocking breach of the public's trust. She was clearly an enthusiastic participant who wrongfully thought she would avoid responsibility. The CPS recognises there is no excuse for any prison officer who conducts himself in such a manner, and we will never hesitate to prosecute those who abuse their position of power. After working closely with the Metropolitan Police to build the strongest case possible, Linda Abreu had no option but accept that she was guilty. She will now rightfully face the consequences of her actions. Actually, as well, I don't know how true this is, but apparently her sister spoke out, at the time of this controversy, when the video was still going viral. Linda's sister revealed at the time that apparently Linda and her husband had an interesting lifestyle, if you will, where apparently they even took part on a Channel 4 program over here in the UK, which involved swinners, people like to have sex with other couples and whatnot. That's each to their own. If that's what she feels like doing, cool, wonderful. As long as it's all consensual, happy days, you know what I mean? There's no law against that. At least I don't think so anyway. And then of course she had the OnlyFans account, which again, each to their own, nothing wrong with that, you do you. Look, you gotta calm yourself down in a sense, this is unhealthy, all the things you're doing is quite unhealthy. I don't know if any of that was true, or whether or not her sister was just looking for a quick payday through the press by talking about her sister, but that is a story for another day, I suppose. What do you guys think of the story? Let me know your feelings down below. Until next time, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye for now.